company FieldTwin began its journey, so to speak, back in 2014 in the oil price dip, crash, depending on what you want to call it, where our customers and the operator were suddenly faced with a new low commodity price reality where they were required to work differently, think differently to achieve the same as they were required to with less resources. And that became the spark that became the beginning of the company that is now known as FieldTwin. Company FieldTwin was officially formed in 2018, and we now have a global footprint with offices, our headquarters in Oslo, Norway, branches in London, Paris, Houston, Dubai, and Perth. And we also have local representation in strategic markets such as Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, and China. And you'll see in my presentation that we are all about openness in FieldTwin. We're about open standards for sharing data. We're about open visual collaboration. And we believe in the power of collaboration and visual information. You see Bentley Systems mentioned here, and that's because they are one of our shareholders. As of last year, Bentley Systems invested a stake in FieldTwin, and we are now working closely with Bentley Systems to develop meaningful use cases in the synergy between FieldTwin's offering and Bentley Systems' offering. Everything we do in FieldTwin makes use of a fundamental principle of how the human brain works. It so happens that the human brain is very good at processing visual data and visual images. In fact, it is 60,000 times better or faster at processing visual information than it is at processing numbers and text. And this is a powerful feature that we can make good use of when we work with data and when we work together in organizations. Here are some of the customers who are leveraging this principle today. You can see here that we have Shell working with us. They're using us for the central field development efforts, among others in Gulf of Mexico and other places around the world. We also have Total Energies, who are using us for their subsea deep water developments. We also have BP out of the UK using us actively, ExxonMobil as of recently, Eni using us for our brownfield, for their brownfield modifications work, and also Equinor, which is one of the biggest users in the Scandinavian region. Some of our newest joiners are Aker BP in Norway and Wintershall Dea in Norway. And of course, we have our first customer and a bit their customer, who is Lundin Energy, who was the first to see the big potential in the visual and the power of visual collaboration in field development back in 2014. In the bottom part of my screen, you can see some different types of companies, service providers and engineering companies. And these are partners of FieldTwin, where we partner with them in different ways, either for technology or for services, where we're able to add more value to the market by combining forces. And one example of that is McDermott, who are using our FieldTwin open platform to turbocharge their own offshore engineering work through their Subsea XD program. So basically, they're able to set up a link, an integration between their own in-house offshore analytical solutions using our FieldTwin open platform, and that helps them save time and keeps them more competitive in the market space. We're also working closely with software solution providers and expert providers such as Petroleum Experts. Currently, we are in a pilot with the customer to work on how we can connect the PETEX flow assurance tools into our digital twin platform to gain even more, to add more value to our customers by saving time in their initial flow assurance screening exercises. Another partnership that I would like to highlight today before we move on is the Kongsberg partnership. So we are working closely with Kongsberg Digital to look at how we can combine our holistic field twin technology with their proven digital twin offering, which focuses on facilities and process plants. And there's a lot of interesting work going on there, and I think we will soon see the first commercial use cases between the two companies. Here you can see a timeline on a high level for how Futron solutions fit into the life of field of the hydrocarbon field. You can see from left to right here, we have the traditional categories and stages of the hydrocarbon field, the design phase, the build phase, and the operation phase. And today, Futron is on the market with a single application only, which is called FieldTwin Design. FieldTwin Design is an open visual solution running in the cloud that helps our customers do their concept and pre-FID work faster and smarter than before by pulling data into plain visual context and helping them build quickly digital twins of their entire field concepts by pulling in data from pipelines and asset data and 3D surfaces and bathymetries and well data and cost data to build quickly digital twins of the concepts. And that is used for efficient discussions to solve problems and find better solutions. At Futron, we believe that taking this digital twin that comes from the design phase with us and maturing and evolving it is a useful approach, as we are not, in that case, required to rebuild our entire digital twin from scratch later in the operations phase. So we believe that there's a lot of synergy to be had and value to be added by going digital from the first stage of the project. In the future, we will be releasing applications for the build phase and the operation phase respectively as well. At the core of what we do is our open application program interface, or API, and that is published online. In fact, we believe that openness and collaboration is the way forward for the energy industry to keep on top of all the challenges we are facing, which we shall look at shortly. So our open API enables integrations and data communication with existing third-party applications that our customers have. So they're not required to or choose or forced to displace existing applications. What we want to do is to create use cases into the digital twin, leveraging the existing legacy systems they have by sharing data through this open API. Today, there are a number of challenges the energy industry is faced with. They're required to accelerate the time to first oil and gas in order to secure the required cash flow they need from their operations to help them operate at sustainable break-even points. And they need to do that with less than before, as they are under increasing cost pressure to deliver their project on time at less money, at less cost than before. And we believe that the only way to do this is by transforming how we work. And digital transformation is one way to do that. And that will help us, as you will see, reduce the CapEx, reduce the OpEx, reduce the time to first oil, as I will show you in a case study in a little bit, and also help us secure cleaner field operations by making smarter decisions that are more sustainable. So our answer to this challenge is to help our customers drive collaboration and accelerating their workflows by giving them a proper collaborative visual platform that helps them accelerate the net present value of their projects, reducing the time to first oil and improving their project margins. We want to enable operators to consume, analyze, and visualize their data so that they can make faster, smarter, and cleaner projects. And we believe at Futron that eventually operators will want to bring all their data and applications and workflows together in context in a cohesive digital experience. And let's look at how data visualization and collaboration can enable smarter decisions faster in this video.
Ever wondered how you can visualize an entire field in the cloud? With FieldTwin, we make this possible. You can collaborate in real time with anyone, anywhere. All you need is a browser. You can upload your data, share your knowledge, and design without boundaries. FieldTwin offers rapid visual workflows for offshore engineering projects. Choose from hundreds of generic assets or customize the metadata within to meet your needs. Optimize CapEx and OpEx costs dynamically dynamically and accurately. Plan and visualize activities in a digital twin with real-world coordinates. Have data on another platform? No problem. Build integrations with the REST API. FieldTwin has evolved to become an efficient digital workspace for any large-scale offshore engineering endeavor. Want to see if FieldTwin is for you? Go to futureon.com and get in touch to try it out.
Great, guys. Thanks for your help.
With FieldTwin, you can do more faster.
So as you saw from this video, we had these people appearing out of nowhere, coming in to collaborate with our domain person. And that's because they were all accessing a solution deployed in the cloud. So all they do is open their laptop and web browser and logging into the FieldTwin platform, where they're working on rich visual conceptual models of their fields and solving problems together in real time. This visual real-time team collaboration is what we believe the future is all about in the energy sector. And in fact, we see an increased interest in project-based collaboration across operators and the partners of the operators. We see a lot of interest in this in different regions of the world, both in the Gulf of Mexico, outside of offshore Brazil, and also in the North Sea, where our customers want to be able to invite their partners and contributors into the same projects to work together efficiently as they find the best solution for a specific field development project. We are seeing so much traction around this topic, in fact, that we are planning to release specific applications addressing this big collaboration topic. So that will be released in the near future, in fact. So it will be curious to follow to see how this helps drive collaboration even faster and better than before. Let us see now, coming to the main point of my talk today, let us look at a case study on how accelerating the time to first oil gives us substantial gains in the net present value of the project. Over the last years, we have seen a shift in the market dynamics of the oil market. Before, the oil market, the traditional oil market that we knew before, used to follow 7-year cycles from the time the oil market was oversupplied through undersupply and back to the oversupply again. The time would take 7 years to reach there. And this is a long cycle market dynamic, which allowed all the supply segments, whether if they were tight oil, shale gas, or conventional offshore, respond to these cycles. And this was a market where the project break-even prices was the measure of competition. So if you reached the break-even price of your project, then it was competitive. So the offshore supply sector became competitive when they were able to reach the same cost per barrel as tight oil. However, according to Rystad Energy, per December 2019, there is now a new reality, which is an uneven playing field across the supply segments. The big 7-year cycles have been shortened to 2-year cycles because tight oil and shale gas is able to respond faster by adding capacity faster, while the offshore traditional conventional segment does not really have the time to respond to these short time cycles. The only way they can do that is to compete on the lead time. So they just need to transform how they work to keep up with this higher tempo, the new tighter cycles. In this market, of course, we also have the energy transition pushing the offshore industry even further to shorten their development cycles. This is a big challenge, but the good news is that this is a challenge that we believe we can solve by transforming how we work using proper digital collaboration tools. Let's look at a typical project with a net present value of $1 billion. That means it has a daily production, once ready, of 250,000 barrels per day. If we are able to reduce the lead time of this project and push the time to first oil forward, accelerated with 6 months, which is a typical outcome, and we put that into our net present value calculation here, we actually get a staggering net present value gain of 49 million, which is tremendous, just by changing how we work to save time, to work together more efficiently. This is all related to time savings enabled by digital transformation in the different phases of the project. Looking at in a bit more granular detail, we see here that comparing the white timescale at the back with the green accelerated digital timescale in front, there are different time savings to be had when comparing the different phases. The Boston Consulting Group has found that some of the biggest time reductions is to be had in the discovery, planning and design phase, which ranges from 30 to 80% or typically 70% of the time. It gets even more interesting if we take a step back and look at the entire offshore market for a period of time from 2020 to 2025. If we apply the same efficiency gains to all of these projects that are sanctioned based on a total net present value of all this project of $511 billion and apply the same efficiency gain across all of them, we reach a staggering increased net present value of $39 billion. So there's a tremendous potential to be had here by transforming how we work. And we see that this increase can be broken down into 20 billion gain in the concept phase. Like I said, more in the concept phase than the others. 9 billion in the feed phase and 11 billion in the EPC phase. This has all kinds of positive collateral effects for the society with substantial increased tax revenue to the governments across the world. That brings me to the end of my talk. At FutureOn, we believe that we know that a rigorous effort is required to achieve these kind of outcomes. We know that the devil is in the details, working with data, establishing meaningful data structures, transferring data from legacy systems and into the new digital twin. It's a substantial effort. And in fact, we have a customer success team who help our customers work systematically with exactly that. And so there's no free lunch. There's just a tremendous potential to be had when we deploy and leverage digital technologies efficiently. So with that, I would like to thank you for your time today. Please get in touch. You see my email address here. You can visit our website, or you can also go to our YouTube channel where you will see more of those nice videos that I just saw. So thank you very much. And I would like to open the floor for questions.